Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And dude, this card came through for us in our Curse Worms deck, and the deck itself with the Curse Worms didn't do quite as well just because I think that I was maybe a little bit too slow in some of the controlling stuff. We also just didn't draw very well getting up to our 6 lands that we were needing, but Trespassers Curse came through for us in a really big way, sometimes gaining us or dealing 15 points of damage to an opponent just with one of these out. Just do crazy things. And there were some games where we lost with that, and I was like, you know what, if we're dealing 15 points of damage with something that's on the board, we ought to be able to finish out the game. And so I initially was thinking of doing this in a full-on burn type of deck. A Soulscar Mage, just kind of going full-on burn. I wanted to bring in Sword Point Diplomacy, bring back the Rakdos burn that used to be there, where you play Sword Point Diplomacy and Risk Factor. Anytime they don't let us draw cards, they're going to be taking tons of damage, and if they let us draw cards, we're going to find lots of extra answers to deal more damage to their face and that kind of stuff. Well, with Trespasser's Curse, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under the enchanted player's control, so opponent's control, that player loses 1 life when you gain 1 life. Well, with Rampaging Frostodon, we can also kind of do some extra stuff there too. So it's an extra copy of this. We don't get to gain life. In fact, it stops a life gain from Trespasser's Curse, which sometimes is really nice. Sometimes it's really nice to gain the life from the Clackbait Troll, but this is extra copies so that we can do even more damage. So instead of doing the 15 points of damage from one of these, because there's just a lot of decks in the historic format right now, especially in competitive and meta, that are just playing really heavy creature decks, and we can also throw some creatures onto their side of the board as well, namely with Clackbait Troll, as well as our Dowsing Daggers, which puts 2 green plants onto the battlefield on their side of the board. And that is part of the reason that we're playing Karn in this deck too. So I initially was planning on it just being straight up burn. And to an extent, it has a lot of the feel of a straight up burn deck, but we also have a little bit of this grindy mid-range value with Bone Crusher Giants, Rampage Frostodons being fairly decent sized creatures. Karn to also just go grab other big things from the sideboard, Heart of Kyrians, Noxious Gearholts, these other sides where we can kind of turn into this mid-range type of deck where we can still kill the cheap creatures. If they're putting out tons of tokens, we have ways to just kind of make sure that they're paying for it, Sword Point Diplomacies, Risk Factors to make sure that we're just kind of drawing our cards, getting through stuff. I was initially going to put in Light Up the Stage, but a lot of the damage we do with Trespasser's Curse, Rampage Frostodon is done on their turn, and so having sorceries that don't draw us cards immediately is not very good, or having the cheaper costed sorceries, it wasn't going to work for us very often is what I'm trying to say. Soulscar Mage I still really like because we can end up playing Cinderclasms, which destroys all of the Clackbait Troll tokens. It puts negative counters on things if we don't end up getting to those things as well. So then even if our Cinderclasm, it works really well with a good portion of our deck, with the Dowsing Daggers, with Clackbait Trolls, everything like that, we still have ways to just put negative counters onto things, slow the game down a little bit, to be able to kind of keep our life total high while we were pinging them down and winning through burn. Rampage Frostodon also just shutting off light gain is really big for our deck, and so this is I'm testing this one out. I'm trying to see if this can actually fit into that perfect slot that's there, and basically run on the ability of Goblins make so many tokens, so many creatures, and Rampage Frostodon, Trespasser's Curse just kind of shuts that down. Yeah, it doesn't shut Nissa's lands quite as well. It doesn't shut down a couple of those other things that are played pretty heavily as well. That's why we have Lightning Strikes, Shadow Skull Smashings, Anger of the Gods, things that we can still do to kill some other stuff, and a couple of removal spells, and then of course Karn just to shut down a lot of the other decks that are out there with Grafdigger's Cage, Sorcerer's Spyglasses, the works, all those things. And so let's go ahead and jump right into the gameplay, see how this deck does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. Oh, also the one Embercleave to bring in for a Clackbait Troll or Bone Crusher Giant. I mean, come on. A menacing Rampage Frostodon with Embercleave. Yeah, that seems pretty good. All right, let's jump into it. Here we go. All right, I'm getting Pespe. Dude, I just want a single hand that has more than 2 lands. But this is not a not keepable hand. I've kept hands like this before and won many a game. I've also kept hands like this before and never drawn lands and lost so many times. Do I mulligan? If we're up against creatures deck, double Lightning Strike into some of these stuff could actually be really powerful. We're gonna keep it. Why not? Okay, untapped red source. Oh no, up against this. Hurt ourselves, red source, but that's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Soulscar Mage. All right, and we need to kill Mayhem Devils and Priest of Forgotten Gods. We also need to get out the Trespasser's Curse. Trespasser's Curse against a deck that's running the Cat Oven combo, actually pretty swell. Especially if we get multiples. Oh! Rude. My goodness, people are jerks sometimes. Okay, Dragon Skull Summit, pass the turn. Whoa, Strider. Killing this is a way for them to sacrifice lots of things. Woe Striders and Mayhem Devils are what we want to kill. All right, I think we actually go Sword Point Diplomacy here. Just because there's a higher chance of them paying life with this card than almost any other card, which means Risk Factor has a higher chance of actually drawing us cards later then. Cinderclasm can be pretty good here. Do you pay 3 life for us to not have Cinderclasm? Let's see if they know how this works. So as Lightning Strike, Cinderclasm, and Sword Point Diplomacy. Pays 3, gives us Cinderclasm. All right. Cinderclasm actually kills a lot of things. Now we know we only need to hold up this for the Mayhem Devil. Midnight Reaper. Okay. Do you please give us Trespasser's Curse? As long as they don't get to the cat, we're actually really good. Trespasser's Curse is huge here. This does damage to all creatures, but this grows as we play it. Debating if I want to shock this in or not. I don't think so. I think we play out Soulscar Mage. I guess kicking the Cinderclasm could be nice. Risk Factor is also instant speed, right? Yeah, okay. We'll shock this in, I suppose. Okay, pass the turn. Letting him draw lots of cards can be annoying as well. I just heard a really big thunk and my son started crying really, really hard. And my wife going, oh. That usually means that there's a lot more pain than normal. So I hope he's okay. How many cards in the graveyard? All right, we'll just Stompy Boy this. Get Stompied. They can crack it with Witch's Oven. They don't crack it with Witch's Oven. Intriguing. Could have lost their Bone Crusher Giant there. Dreadhorde Butcher. Plays it after. Really intriguing. All right, Soulscar Mage. I feel like if we bring up Bone Crusher Giant, they're just going to claim the Firstborn on that. So don't do that. Pass the turn. Nice thing about Dreadhorde Butcher is that it loses its power after we do stuff to it. So, Anana. Mayhem Devil. Okay, Prowess triggers. Unfortunately, they can react to the Prowess triggers. So they get to kill at least one Soulscar Mage. But yeah, killing Mayhem Devil has to happen. They could also sack the goat and a food token here. Could have killed another Soulscar Mage. That's cool. All right, Woe Strider most likely coming back. Okay. Cinderclasm can only go for 1. What else are they playing? If it's Woe Strider, it deals 2 points of damage to them. All right, Trespasser's Curse. Swing in. They do have lots of food they can still sack. Yeah, that's fine. Get rid of a blocker. Pass the turn. I love how it's a different goat token than the other one. All right, draws a card. What you got? Up to 16. We also have just a lot of life gain potential with this too. Yeah, Woe Strider comes back. That's okay. 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Get some life gain. Deal some damage. And some more. Ba 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 ba. Hitting a land would be nice. I think they still let us, they still take the 4 damage from risk factor. We actually want to draw cards here with it. Which we can cast it twice, potentially. So I could swing in Cinderclasm first, kick it. Yeah, it's not quite worthwhile. Let's go Bone Crushy. Pass the turn. Second is Scry. So they had 2 cards in hand and still played Woe Strider out. They haven't missed a land drop, I don't think, so there's a good chance these are just pretty dead cards. I don't remember if they kept one on top or not. Green mana, collect the company core. Whoa, okay, that was worse than expected. That's bad. Priest of Forgotten Gods. All right, well, Cinderclasm seems really nice here. Yep. Do we trade off with Bone Crusher? We actually can just get in for damage, right? So we take 5, no blocks. Okay, down to 14. Okay, pass my turn. And the risk factor. Okay, kick this. Gets to scry a little bit. We're going to go ahead and throw out the risk factor on the stack just because I am going to cast it regardless here. So just let them have all the triggers. We don't have any responses here. Double prowess. We get to get in for quite a bit. And I think the biggest thing we're worried about here is the cat. Just because it does... Actually, it's kind of like it doesn't actually do anything other than if they string it together with a Mayhem Devil or something. Okay, takes the 4 damage. Whoa. Do we have lethal? They can gain 3 life. They go up to 8. We have 7 points of damage. They go to 1. Puts 1 to the bottom. Sacks with Priest of Forgotten Gods, probably. If you're not keeping it on top, you got to be scrying some more, right? Did they just mess up on the play here? We also get to get rid of those 2 counters on the Woe Striders, so it just becomes a 3/2 again. Yeah, scry some more. I guess the worst thing that could happen here is that they have a Bone Crusher Giant to like hit our Soulscar Mage after this. But I mean, most likely we're drawing 3 cards next turn. If we don't find something amazing off the top. All right, good for you. You did the thing that we were planning on you doing the whole entire time, dude. Taking their time. Okay, keeps one on top. Syndiclasm. Resolves. Are they actually going to sack the Woe Strider here? Really? For the 2 extra food tokens. All right, they go to 1. If they play any creature out before sacrificing a food, they're dead. Okay, sacrifices a food first. Cool. Doesn't have enough to bring back Woe Striders. Sacrifice some more food. We have another risk factor, Cauldron Familiar. Okay, that just is a scrub, so it's fine. All it is a chump blocker here. Ooh, a Lightning Strike. I can draw a card and still Lightning Strike. So we don't have enough for lethal here. So I think that we just try to draw cards and do stuff. Get rid of Cauldron Familiar, shenanigans. All right, Lightning Strike face. Yep, resolve. Okay, down to 4, down to 2. Pass the turn. 2 food tokens, so they still have a little bit of life gain. Like, this is the biggest thing. We're just slowly trimming down the amount of foods that they have each turn. They have a blocker for Bone Crusher Giant each turn. We're looking for more Trespassers curses. Looking for, you know, all the good things. Because, you know, why not? I think that we've got there. I'm trying to think of what ways they have outs on this. Corvold for tons of card draw could be bad for us. Claim the Firstborn. That's also bad, but they also take 2 damage here unless they get a food. We get to draw 6 cards next turn or else they die. Seems pretty legit. It's not bad. Okay, down to 9. Sacks the Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, they get more food. They get to gain some more life. Bummer. All right, I think we go risk factor first. Discarding Blood Crypt. And most likely we're drawing a cards here anyway. They could sack the food. You can sack the food and then let it resolve. If they're already in the point of choosing, though, they've already missed it. Okay, risk factor, draw some more cards. Karn into Embercleave would be really sweet too. Okay, there's a Karn. Let's get out the Canyon. We can still discard the Swamp if we want to. We might just play stuff out for a couple turns. All right, swing in. We'll force the Cauldron Familiar shenanigans here. I don't remember if they gain life first or if we get to deal damage to them first. And so there could be a chance that they just get to one life and then that starts happening. Okay, get some more food. Yeah, sacks of food, brings back Cauldron Familiar. All right, so they gain life first and then we deal damage. Okay, good to know. Our life total is starting to go down a little bit. So Trespasser's Curse is going to be really nice. Karn for Embercleave, also going to be very nice. Yeah, Karn also stops Witch's Oven. That's right. Yeah, Karn stops Witch's Oven. That's a Coco. Mayhem Devil's annoying. And a Dreadhorde Butcher. Oh, okay. That's cool. You're going to do this before you get in with... Dude, what are you doing? Come on, you swing in with him first. I mean, cool. That's fine, but... Ha! Okay. Okay, down to 11. Hagra Mauling and Karn. Do we have enough for that? All right, so... Karn first? Or Trespasser's Curse first? Because honestly, Trespasser's Curse just completely shuts down Cauldron Familiar what they're doing right now. So Trespasser's Curse. I might force him to try to go off with Cauldron Familiar here. And now I might go for... Karn is really nice, but we need to kill this Mayhem Devil quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and Hagra Mauling. I think this is ultimately better. Sack's there, okay. They're tapped down with Cauldron Familiar. If they want to bring it back, they have to take 2 or take 1 at least here. Okay, Bone Crusher to face. I should have held off on that. There's other things we could kill that would be really nice to kill. Sacks of food, gains some life. Down to 5, down to 9. Gains another food token. Yeah, Karn's going to be huge here. Also just to grab like a snake. Dude, another Mayhem Devil? You kidding me? Get out the land, Karn, shut down Witch's Ovens. They can spend time doing it right now, but it's just it's a wash every time Cauldron Familiar comes back out. We can play out the dagger.
I am Karn.
Does dagger kill him here? Creates 2 plant tokens. They take 4. Let's... Can they kill Karn to where we can't actually activate him? No, because they can't use Witch's Oven. So now we Sword Point Diplomacy. See if they decide to take any damage real quick. Let's just have that. Let's just have act with Troll and Blood Crypt. Okay. Heart of Kieran also is pretty nice. Noxious Gear Hulk, Ornithopter, Sorcerer's Spyglass could be decent. But Dowsing Dagger is pretty fun. If they just kill Karn, though, we're in trouble, right? So let's go... Stonecold Serpent is kind of tempting. If they have... Claim the Firstborn, we're in trouble. So yeah, let's go Heart of Kieran. Pass the turn. So bringing back Woe Strider and then being able to kill the Heart of Kieran as they swing in is probably their best play. But we have Clackbridge Troll. We have, we can tick down and go grab, what's it called? The Dagger as well. So Dagger in the sideboard is pretty sweet. Swings at face. They can also just kill the Karn. That's an issue. Like, what if they just have a stomp here? I think we're going to say taking 4. Okay, down to 6. Because anything they do gains us life. They can't really do much with Witch's Oven. So yeah, just taking that's fine. Woe Strider. Okay, we gained 2 life here, so that's fine. Yep. So they can kill Karn if they want to. Heart of Kieran also just kills him with like Rampaging Ferocidon here. We can Clack Patrol, Rampaging Ferocidon. Okay, hits Karn once. Okay, yeah, they're going for it. Cool. So the cool thing is we can actually crew Heart of Kieran in response to them tapping down, like sacrificing with the Clackbridge Troll, which they're obviously going to sacrifice if they have Mayhem Devil out. But we also, I think, get to kill them before that happens, so that's fine. All right, Mayhem Devils. Yeah, kills there again. Now they can activate the Witch's Ovens. They can sacrifice Woe Strider to bring back Cauldron Familiars, but that also just kills them. So, I mean, cool. Good for you. Sacks it just to be able to gain some life with the food. Yeah. Yeah, that's all you got. Come on, please bring back Cauldron Familiar. Priest of Forgotten Gods. You're dead. Good game. Yeah. That's what happens there. Yeah. I mean, they knew that we had Clackbridge Troll as well, so we had them. But that was awesome. That's what we're looking for with this deck. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, up against Archer's Elbow. And this is a keepable hand. We have 2 turn 2 removal spells. We hopefully can find some lands. We have some potential card draw stuffs later on. And we have a way to kill Llanowar Elves. We like that. We like that lots. And actually, this is a decent turn to have a slow land as well, because we're probably going to end up killing something if they're playing Elves. And opponent just decides to scoop, and we are like, okay, that sounds great. Booyah. Nice. There's a new Four-Tail Sweeper that is a turn 3 destroy all creatures. That's like it's 5 mana, but you can Four-Tail for 2, and then 3 mana, 1 and 2 white is just destroy all creatures. So on turn 3, you can destroy all creatures, which honestly is needed in Historic right now, but I'm not sure about Standard. It's a little bit crazy. All right, gotta do this. All right, up against Leel's Sindako, and we have so many of the cards we want in this deck, in this hand. Even though we have some slow lands, I'm going to keep it. So keep this. In fact, I might even just like hurt ourselves to get in Trespassers Curse if we're up against the right deck. So we'll see. Canyon's Slough. I used to call this Slough. I don't know why, but sometimes the OUGH makes an off sound, and so so why not? Okay, Sunpetal Grove. All right, is this the Abs and Tokens deck or counters deck? Because if it's a bunch of +1/+1 counters, then this actually might be pretty good. Thoughtseize. What do you do with this deck? If there's Trespasser's Curse, they're like, wait, what? They're hovering over that one. Bonecrusher Giant's pretty nice. Probably the most just like in between. Yeah, this is a funky hand. Like, this is not the typical thing you see, but there's a lot of damage output in this hand as well. Yeah, take the land. That definitely is the best play for them there. And that's one of the biggest issues with playing more modal lands is they can just get Thoughtseize. That's a big deal. It means a lot of keeper hands are no longer keep hands. All right, that's a lot of colors. Is this full on 4-color stuff or 5-color shenanigans? Thoughtseize number 2. Rude. At least they're burning themselves for us. Sword Point Diplomacy. We'll probably fire off the other Sword Point Diplomacy as well. They know we have lands. See, I don't know if Trespasser's Curse is going to be worthwhile at all here, but we'll play it out. It's better than not. This is probably a little bit of a rough matchup for us. Find some blue mana. We get the curse going. We'd like another land. All right, we got to gain some life. Deal 1 more point of damage to them. They gain 3 life, though. Yep, Uro. Karn will be nice to get some Graph Digger's Cage going. It stops us from being able to play our risk factor, but that's fine. All right, Soulscar Mage, pass the turn. Even if they are just bringing back Uro pretty soon, which they might be able to like cast something, bring it back. Now we at least have Bone Crusher Giants to bring it, make it smaller. Shatter Skull Smashing. Yeah, we'll play it tapped. Swingless Soulscar Mage. Dude, you see the Bone Crusher Giant. They're really debating on blocking here. So to say, sweet. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do it now before they have a chance to counter this. Pass the turn. Get them down to 15. The whole point here is to lessen, like, lower the life total. We're way, way behind. Those two Thought Seizes destroyed us. So we're going to see if we can come back here at all. We need to hit a land, so if they want to pay life for the diplomacy, they might be able to and be just fine. But if we can prolong the game, we might be able to get them. Nissa, that's bad. Oh, okay then. What are we looking for now? I don't even know. Good things. Okay, down to 19. And we really, really need a land. We can Lightning Strike, kill the island, swing in at Nissa, get rid of the Hydra Crisis, and then have some sort of answer hopefully for the next land. But it's better than doing nothing. So we'll go ahead and do this. Doing it now before they can block with the island. We want to force them to block with the Hydra Crisis or just take the 2, which is also what they probably do. Yeah, I think that with this one, those two Thought Seizes, it's amazing how much Thought Seizes at the right times just completely shut down a deck. And yeah, we're kind of at that spot now where I'm like, you know, crying inside a little bit. It kind of hurts. My eyes are tearing up, stinging. You know, just the basic stuff.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Oh no. Okay, down to 16. We're gonna go ahead and probably play out. If we don't hit a land here, we'll Sword Point Diplomacy, see if we can find anything that will help us here, and then we'll move on. Yeah, down to 14, then back up to 17. This is where we needed a Ferocidon. There's a land. Is that actually good though? I don't know. Sure, we'll go Sword Point Diplomacy. See what they're gonna give us to our hand. Takes 3 for one of them, takes 3 for another one. Gives us Trespasser's Curse, gives us the land. Yeah, with the life gain they have going on there as well. Like, we have double Clackbridge Troll, which can be pretty sweet, but now we're taking so much damage each turn. Yeah, we're just gonna say good game. I mean, we got to where we were doing cool things, and if we had done that, you know, 3 or 4 turns earlier, you know, drawing lands and whatnot, then we maybe could have stayed in the game, but I'm not sure. Anyway, on to the next one. All right, I'm against Ojasun, and well, we have red mana, which we do have some good red cards. And man, Trespassers Curses are so good. I guess we can throw those down later. Let's just hope that we run into black mana. Because, like, honestly, Trespassers Curses aren't as necessary right now. We'll go ahead and play this out tapped. Pass the turn. There are some decks they're pretty dead against, so pass the turn again. Gross Spiral. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and Bone Crusher. Get this guy out on board. Just in case they're playing Miscast, you know. Because people do those kinds of things. There we go. We got some black mana. Bone Crusher Giant, pass the turn. Hopefully more black mana for double Trespasser's Curse into Clackbridge Troll. Man, that would be amazing. That would be, yeah, that deals 6 right away. Lotus Cobra. All right, so they are playing some creatures. Landfall. Uro. Right. Okay, then. All right, if we don't have black mana, we have Lightning Strike for the Lotus Cobra and Trespasser's Curse. Still good. Still good. All good things. Yeah, that's what we do. So Trespasser's Curse, curse you. Lightning Strike the Cobra, swing in. 4/4. Down to 17 past the turn. All right, damage is flying at the faces. Risk factor could be good. Is this the deck that I was playing the other day? Where it's just like tons and tons of lands. This might be the deck I was playing the other day. 4-color, ramp up to crazy things. I think we're gonna go ahead and play risk factor out. If they want to take 4 here, that's okay. Okay. They definitely trade off with your Sharn. So no attacks past the turn. Genesis Ultimatum. Yeah, this is definitely the deck I was playing the other day. So fun. This was the one I got from Riley Knight, which is super fun. Oh gosh, that's so much mana ramp. They shocked themselves a ton though, and they're taking some damage here. So, I mean, we're hoping that they don't have any life gain. So, honestly, Rampaging Ferocidon is something that we're hoping for, too. Escape to the Wilds. Yep, this is that deck. This is exactly that deck. Adding in the Felidar Retreat. Okay, nice. Plays out Uro, gains some life back, takes 1. So, they only gain 2 life. They get more lands out into the battlefield. Oh, okay, then. Oh, and a Fable Passage? Does this let them play Cultivate? Yes, it does. Come on. Maybe they'll grab all of the lands out of the deck, so then they can't actually grab enough lands to have landfall triggers with other stuff. Silly them. What were they thinking? All right, Clackbridge Troll. Gets us pretty close to lethal. Ooh, Rampaging Ferocidon. All right, no more life gain for you. No attacks past the turn. Felidar Retreat. Escape to Wilds, yeah. Okay, never mind. They still have lands. They still definitely have lands. Shadow the Sky. That's bad. Although Trespasser's Curse does work here if they keep making tokens. Yeah, can't gain life, so that's stopping us from gaining life. Down to 7. They've got to shatter, I think, right away. Okay. But this also means they're going to have to get other stuff. Okay, we're going to get out other Trespasser's Curse right away and then Clackbridge Troll on the next turns. Growth Spiral. Land. They're ways away from playing Uro out right now. Okay, gets a counter. Explore. Put another counter out. Do we just go for Clackbridge Troll right now, or do we go for Trespasser's Curse, and we could also go for like Risk Factor here to draw some cards? Because if we can also just find Burn, that's pretty nice. So Risk Factor, get rid of Blood Crypt. And now I don't see how they could ever not let us draw cards. Okay, Bone Crusher Giant. All right, well, still good, still good. Trespasser's Curse number 2. Pass the turn. Now Uro only gains you 1 life altogether, and we are gaining 2. Still worth playing, but it's not as good. And now Clackbridge Troll just wins the game. Okay, yep. Oh, thank you. Giving us some more kitties. Uro. Sounds good. Ugin is definitely what we're worried about. If they just Ugin and get rid of our Trespassers curses, then sad day. I don't think they play that many. Fae of Wishes. Okay, they probably have it in the sideboard though. Honestly, yeah, this is a way better version of the deck I was playing before. I took it straight from Riley Knight, where I really like the Fae of Wishes. To be able to add in extra stuff. Wait, Deafening Clarion. Oh, getting themselves lifelink. Okay. Do you not have an Ugin in the sideboard? I mean, with how many lands you have out, I feel like Ugin -2 is still pretty good. I mean, we do have the potential for burn, so sure. Uro. Gains 1 life. Come on, you want to make some more kitties. Land. Yeah, making them big is a big deal. Giving him vigilance. I mean, this could hit in for a lot and gain a lot of life. Yikes. I think the main reason we're going to play out Clack Patrol here is also to kind of force an Ugin. Potentially. Man, we were getting pretty close. We just needed that second black source earlier. We missed the land drop, I think 1 turn there. And if we got it out beforehand, I think we would have... I mean, they're still doing crazy, crazy shenanigans, but we would have had a better shot. Uro number 2 brings it back. Gains 1 more life. Okay, to 14. Do I want that for card draw, or do I actually want to be able to play multiple things out on a turn? Do I care to get Soulscar Mage out right now? I don't know. Okay, Clackbridge Troll. Deal 6. We also just might want a Chump Blocker. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and play out Soulscar Mage. Okay, Sax lets us draw more cards. Another Canyon Slough. Ugin. All right, let's see if they go for -5. They don't really have to get rid of Clackbridge Troll, but -2 makes a lot of sense. They could just tick up, I guess. I mean, getting to their ultimate's a pretty decent deal. Yeah, we need a block. Down to 12. -2. So Clackbridge Troll can probably swing in. Lotus Cobra. Honestly, all the goats are pretty scary when they have a Philidar Retreat out as well. So this is just like one of the matchups that's really hard for us to play against. And honestly, now they're just going to go off. Like, they have only 9 cards left, so maybe we can survive until then. I mean, they have to do a lot of damage before they just mill themselves out. Not that they're that far away from it, especially if we give them more goats to swing wide with, but yikes. We can gain some life at least, draw some more cards, maybe a Cinderclasm. Cinderclasm, well, may not be the best. Fae of Wishes goes and digs for what? If it's a way to like put their graveyard back into their, well, it's not that much of a graveyard either. Shadow the Sky, okay. They grab a Shadow the Sky, then they play out more creatures. That makes sense. All right, let's go to combat first, see if they let us draw a card. Sacrificing a Fae of Wishes. Okay. So we need blockers. That is for sure. I can also maybe kill one of these cat beasts. If they're willing to go grab a land right now, it does, I'm not even sure how many lands they have in the deck. Like they may not have any with only 9 cards left, or basic lands at least. See, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. That seems like the number of basic lands I would run. We could also just kill Ugin. Take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then it gets a lot bigger after that. All right, let's go. No, man, giving them stuff is bad too. All right, well, I think we just actually just play out both the Bone Crusher Giants. If they want a -3, they have to destroy so many of their stuff as well. If they want to shatter, it resets their clock by a ton. And so I think that our way of actually winning this match is through them milling out. I'm going to go ahead and play one of these tapped, hold on the other one for cycling. I want to get up to a little bit more mana. We have Shatter Soul Smashings, which can potentially kill Ugin for us as well. Okay, we have a blocker now. Growth Spiral. As long as we can block the Uro, which is drawing them cards, counters onto everything. Yep, that's bad. Our one Anger of the Gods or Cinderclasms would have been really nice to run into by now, you know? Yeah. And this is the scary thing, because I didn't know how many lands they had in their hand as well. Down to 7 cards left in the library. We're just kind of hoping. Hydra Krasis. Just imagine if we give them a bunch of goats here as well. Yikes. So they draw 2 with Hydra Krasis. Down to 4 cards left. Down to 3. Now none of our board wipes actually do anything. Oh man, we're 1 land away from this doing much of anything too. Draw a card. They might just let this through. It's not like it's that big of a deal. Now it's a blocker for us, but that doesn't matter. They have Fate of Wishes. Darn it! With 4 cards left in the deck, I think we lost. Yeah. Okay, cycle with Canyon. I just want to see what's off the top. We can go give them more stuff. Oh, now we find this Cinderclasm. Nice. All right, good game. They got us. We are gonna get our own victory. Take that, fool. Oh wow. Oh wow. 0% win rate. We did have one in free play first. Okay. Okay. All right, against Smule, and a lot of removal, a lot of burn to phase if we can get there. We'll keep this. A 3rd land would be very nice, but we have some ways to get to the 3rd land if need be. Burn goes at face when we can. Anger of the Gods will be nice, so let's just go throw this at face. All right, so this is the go wide deck. Okay, down to 19. Come on, pass the turn. Where's our lands? That's cool. Down to 17. Burn face. We want to get out more of their tokens before we Anger of the Gods. Transmogrify can come soon. Let's go Sword Point Diplomacy. I'm assuming that they're going to have, like, the worst case scenario here is they have Raise the Alarm, create some tokens now, and then Transmogrify. Okay, we had to draw all of them. Sweet. All right, and so Karn and Grafdigger's Cage does save us if they don't do it right now. If they do it right now, we're just dead. Okay, yeah, they got it. So we could have Anger the Gods to slow it down a little bit. Are we just dead? Yeah, all sorts of dead. Cool. Cool. Oh man, it's annoying when you do have really good cards against that too. Like we have Cinderclasm in the deck, one of the best cards against this deck possible, and you just don't find the right ones in the right matchups. That's how it goes. The uncommon lands, all the ones that like do a thing. Yeah, I'm actually really hyped for some of them. Some of them are not that amazing, but some are really cool. All right, up against Are You Serious? And you know what? Yes, I am, because we have 3 lands. We're gonna keep this. Some of our mid-range stuff, which is nice with actually having 3 lands, and opponents mulliganing into Oblivion, or they're playing Treasure Hunt, and that's just what they're supposed to do. We'll see. Do like the card backs though. So I think they're on their 4th or 5th mulligan at this point. Keeps 4 cards, okay. Sweet. By the way, if you guys want to check out MTG Assistant, it's down in the description below. It helps out the channel as well. And it's like cool stuff and stuff. Do we want to get out Soulscar Mage here? Or do I just want to Lightning Strike? Let's throw out Soulscar Mage. We have a higher chance of being able to play multiple things on later turns this way. And it's also a good answer to a lot of Gruul aggro type things. Stompies. And I'm also okay with that. Trespasser's Curse. Is that better than just Lightning Striking a Pellet Collector? It does start gaining a Slive, but it doesn't actually get removal going. This can also kill a Bone Crusher Giant, which grows Pellet Collector twice. Alright, kill Pellet Collector. It would be nice to get to like an Anger of the Gods against this deck. Gallia. Rampaging Frostodon. That stops our life gain, which actually can be pretty bad. But now we have a good blocker. Doesn't swing in. Nice. Let's go ahead and play out Karn. Yes. All right. Opponent also is stuck on 2 lands for forever. So, dude, beat Gruul aggro. Nailed it. First try. All right. Up against Crackers. We got some card draw potentially. Typically not card draw the first time you play it, though. We have payoffs in the late game. On the draw, we'll keep this. I know I keep keeping 2 land hands when maybe I shouldn't, but I'm keeping hands that can run a Soulscar Mage. So that's what the main thing is here. Anger of the Gods is pretty nice as well, depending on what we're up against. Trespasser's Curse. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play that out first. Get the Prowess trigger. We're playing some Dagger Burn. So what we're looking for now is our Karn. We want to find more of these pieces, Karn, some ways to just kind of make sure that we can get extra damage out of Trespasser's Curses and such. Fatal Push. Rude. Are you even playing creatures? Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, this is good against most of the meta, but not the occasional control decks that are out there. Cling to Dust. Draws a card. Digging for that land. Do they find it? Looks like they did. Let's just Risk Factor. Takes 4. Yep. Down to 16. Anger of the Gods most likely dead in this matchup. So we'll try this again. Not hitting another land is not good. Not good at all. We're running, I think, 25 lands in this, you know, semi-burn deck. So cool. Neutralize. That probably means they have lots of counter spells. Narset. So the only thing that actually draws us cards is the Risk Factor. The other side of it, the Sword Point Diplomacy that we have actually gets around it pretty well. But we will stop them from drawing more cards. So Lightning Strike that. Pass the turn. Dude, this is not the right matchup for us. Like, where's Goblins? We're built to beat Goblins, and I've not seen a single Goblins deck, like, at all. What's up with that junk? All right, pass the turn. We'll stomp on the end step, probably just to draw out the Sinister Sabotage and try to land Clackbridge Trolls. They deal 3 damage and start drawing us cards. It does all the things that we dreamed of. Ooh, never mind. We'll just kill this. Okay, Field of Ruin. Mind Stone. Karn. Definitely gets countered, so we'll just play out Bone Crusher Giant. See if they want to use something other than the counter spells. Yeah. That's okay, I guess. Oh! Okay, down to 13. Pass the turn. Oh, crap. The Immortal Sun. Well, Card no longer works. But Clackbridge Troll's pretty sweet. Now they have 1/2s, though. Take it. Okay, down to 10. Let us draw some cards. If we could resolve a few more of these, that's really nice. Well, we got a few more of them to resolve, so I guess that's what we're doing. Why not? We do have a chance at lethal with these actually resolving. Never mind, they're gaining life. Dude, the Immortal Sun in a Dimir deck that typically plays all these kinds of things. Really? All right. Clackbridge Troll. Do we care about the Hugger Mauling at all? It doesn't even kill Planeswalkers. Yeah, we're just drawing out counter spells here. I think we just play it out. I'd rather get up to a little bit more mana. Okay, play it out, pass the turn. Down to 19. More lands. Yes! All I've ever dreamed of. I mean, playing card, we can still stop the Mind Stone, so I mean, that's cool, right? Honestly, if they have removal here, they're like, okay, we take 3, but they also give us, you know, 5 power on the board to close this game out quicker. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So rude. They even paid extra for it. Wow. Nice. I'm thinking, are they doing cling to dust stuff here right now? I'm thinking this game's over. We might as well concede. Like, I don't know how we come back. They haven't showed us like an actual win condition besides the sharks and these goats, which I mean, we're gonna get beat down by our own goats. We deserve to go. The boot. We're getting booted by the goats. Ouch! Lead off with Soulscar Mage. See if they counter that instead. And then we play our 4th Clackbridge Troll. Oh! Torrential Gear Hulk. No. Alright, we're done here. At least that was fun, though. Oy, 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 oy. Oh, man. We're gonna have some fun. That's all that matters. All right, so in the wrap up for this deck, it was really fun. I definitely wouldn't say it's up there in the good category. It's really good against certain decks, and I think that if we had a sideboard that wasn't full of artifacts, we might have a better chance against other decks out there. I stuck around, so let's see, 21, 24. I had 25 lands altogether. And maybe too many of them were tapped lands. I don't know. Overall, the deck felt like it was a little bit too slow sometimes. Just not having enough interaction. Maybe wanted like Storm's Wrath rather than Anger of the Gods at times. I didn't want to like have to kill all of our stuff all the time though. And so overall, the deck was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. And the keyword for this one is trolled, because whenever we won, it's because they got trolled. Trolled bird. I like it. So anyway, yeah, keyword for that one, secret word, and let's jump into the next one.